I thought I had an amazing idea. I thought it was going to change the world of marketing. I thought we were going to build a set of software that every business needed. I thought it would catapult Moz's growth and revenues. I thought wrong. It was 2011 when Adam Feldstein, then Moz's chief product officer, and I sat down to plan out a project we called Moz Analytics. The new product stemmed from a theory I had that in the near future, the siloed practices of social media marketing, search engine optimization, content marketing, public relations, and online brand marketing would all merge into a single set of tactics undertaken by the same person or group at an organization. It wasn't until October 2013, just a few weeks before we released that doomed product, that I did what I should have done years before. Put myself in our customers' shoes. Will Reynolds is the founder of Seer Interactive, a 150-person web marketing agency in Philadelphia with a stellar reputation, 10 years of steady growth, and a vast array of impressive client work. Will and I have been friends for many years, having spent time together at numerous events and finding our way to more than a few dinners and after-hours gatherings. We both have strong opinions, a desire to make the world of marketing a better place, and experience building companies from the ground up. Somehow, one night in 2012 at a drinking hole in Philadelphia, we'd shared a few whiskeys and decided that the following October, we would each take a week off from our own lives to inhabit the others. It's the kind of conversation that usually never makes it out of the pub. We'll answer each other's emails. We'll live at each other's houses. We won't just be CEO in name only. We'll have real decision-making authority. When we woke up and sobered up, it somehow still seemed like a good idea. So we made it a reality. On Friday, October 4th, I flew to Philadelphia with Geraldine, my wife. We took a cab to Will's house in Northern Liberties. I learned how to care for his dog, Coltrane. Will learned that because we traveled so much, we'd already killed all our houseplants. We swapped email logins and critical passwords. We walked each other through major projects and meetings in our schedules. We traded house keys. And on Saturday, Will flew to Seattle and moved into our Capitol Hill apartment. That week was indescribably challenging, intense, and rewarding. Managing another human being's email is, by itself, a massive undertaking. I had to research new people, learn about projects, reach out to Will's coworkers to ask for help with context, and constantly flex my best judgment muscles. I replied to emails from Will's mom, with whom, delightfully, I'm still in occasional contact. I scheduled calls with new potential clients. I responded to team members and existing Seer clients who'd been instructed by Will to treat his email as though it were any other week. Will's assistant, Stephanie, was both immensely kind and unflinchingly strict. She had me scheduled most of the days with back-to-back meetings, events, or one-on-ones of one kind or another. My amazing assistant, Nikki, did the same for Will. We both still rave about each other's EAs. I got mentored by Will's team members in how they did many of their client projects and how they use software, including Moz's tools and several of our competitors in their processes. I dug into how they attracted customers, how they managed the complexities of waxing and waning client demand. I learned about Seer's finances and their management structure, about their promotion criteria and their team's strengths and weaknesses. Several Seer employees took me under their wings, showing me the processes they built and explaining the ins and outs of their site audits, their keyword research processes, how they managed client ad spends, and more. I watched Seer's consultants use tools. Sometimes it was Moz's, sometimes our competitors. Two things stood out. First, it was clear that every data point needed validation. If Moz's tool said there was a link from site A to site B, or that page X had a particular problem, the consultant would go check manually that there was indeed a link from A to B, that the problem on X was what we reported. Only after they confirmed what the tool reports and spot checks would they start to trust the results and assume accuracy. And if they found discrepancies, they'd switch to another tool, or worse, to an entirely manual process. Second, in every case where Seer's consultants were using tools, they would happily switch from one hyper-specialized solution to another. If Moz's keyword data wasn't ideal, they'd use SEMrush or Ubersuggest or Google AdWords. If our link data wasn't comprehensive, they'd move to Ahrefs or Majestic. There seemed to be no loyalty between tool providers and no barrier or switching costs from having to change up the UI, log into a different tool, pay another monthly fee, or get data in another format. The benefits I thought an all-in-one tool set created were being dismantled before my eyes. That exposure to Will's professional life and to Sears' inner workings was transformative. What started as a bit of a gimmick emerged as possibly the most intense, high-speed course in customer empathy imaginable. Instead of merely watching customers use our products or interviewing them about their work, I was living their lives, eating, sleeping, and breathing the challenges of an SEO agency. That week impressed upon me how different reality was from my expectations, and, along with the poor reception of Moz Analytics, made me question everything I'd assumed I knew about the web marketing industry. I desperately needed that humbling. I only wish it could have come sooner. It was too late to change the scope of launch and impossible to go back in time to warn my colleagues and myself that we were embarking on a voyage without the necessary compass. But that week in Will's shoes made me more thoughtful about every plan and product I've committed to since. No longer do I trust solely my own judgment. I validate not just with interviews and testing, but by forcing myself to do the work, by using our competition's products to accomplish those tasks, and by spending time with my industry compatriots, often while on the road for conferences or events, to share side-by-side working time with them on real projects.